McCarthy's shrinking denunciations and fear-mongering have created for a climate of fear and suspicion across the country, raising the questions in households across the nation: who are the un-American Americans among us?
Any man who has been named by either a senator of a committee or a congressman is dangerous to the welfare of this nation.
President Eisenhower refuses to engage directly with McCarthy. In the letter to his brother, however, Eisenhower explains, as for McCarthy, only a short-sighted or completely inexperienced individual would urge the use of office of the presidency to give the opponent the publicity he so avidly desires. Time and time again, without apology or invasion,
Yvette!
as many members of this administration have
do not be offended, you fight me half to death.
We wouldn't want to do that. After all, there are so many better ways to die. Please turn off that noise.
Uncensored use of our liberties, except as
Is everything ready?
Oui, monsieur.
Good. Cook! Is everything on schedule?
Dinner will be ready at 7:30. Sharp.
Right on time. You have your instructions. Then let the game begin. Good evening, sir.
Hello! I'm not sure if I'm in the
Yes,
right...
indeed, you are expected, Colonel. This is Colonel Mustard, isn't it?
No, that's not my name. My name is
I
Colonel...
believe it's been recommended that tonight you use a pseudonym.
Oh, no, thank you. I took an antihistamine before I came.
Excuse me, sir. Allow me to help you with your jacket.
Oh, all right. I suppose I...
Never fear, Colonel. It's simply the maid in the hall with the champagne cork.
Champagne?
Oh, I don't mind if I...
Je suis, monsieur.
Thank you. Are you expecting more people?
Indeed. I'll be with you in a moment.
Follow me, Colonel.
With pleasure, my dear.
Yes, do come in, madam. You are indeed expected. Welcome.
Do you know who I am?
Only that you are a socialite to be known this evening as Mrs. White.
Yes, that's what it said in my letter. But why?
Mrs. White, may I introduce you to the maid, Yvette? I see you two know each other.
We've never met. Champagne? I think not.
Do warm yourself in the lounge.
Why do I look cold?
A bit. This way, Mrs. White. I'll be right with you.
Hello.
Hello! Pleased to meet you.
I'm rarely pleased to meet anyone. More.
Oh, yes.
Bonjour, madame. Is Miss Montague?
Mrs. Peacock, I presume.
Who? Oh, that's me.
Cook, will you please help with Mrs. Peacock's stove? I see you two know each other.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. I've never seen this woman before in my life. Champagne. My lips belong to the Lord.
Do make yourself comfortable in the lounge.
Oh, thank you. Oh, for your hospitality. And there's a couple of Benjamins and none of the caramels for you, butler.
Yes, I see. How sticky.
Well, I expect to be treated like the wife of a very important...
Oh, hold that thought, Mrs. Peacock. Right this way after you.
Oh, my. Look at the detail of this molding. This is quite a magnificent mansion, isn't it? Ah, who are you? Welcome to the party.
This is turning out to be quite the crowd.
Good evening, sir.
Is there any dress for Mr. Sit!
No, not you, sir.
Right, my mistake. I'm sorry.
Come in.
This letter has me rather anxious, I suppose.
So you must be Mr. Green.
Yes, that's exactly who I am.
Welcome, sir.
Wow, this isn't at all what I was expecting.
I find if you expect nothing, you're never disappointed, sir.
No, I'm not disappointed. It's just...
Pardon me, sir. Good evening, sir.
Please arrive at 7:30 sharp Saturday evening. Well, here I am,
Professor Clark.
if you say so.
Joe.
Well, and I thought we had seen everything.
And Miss Scarlett. I hadn't realized that you and the professor were acquainted.
We're not. The bridge is washed out from the rain. My car broke down, and this professor offered to give me a ride.
I'm hoping she'll return the favor one day.
Subtle. I didn't realize we were headed to the same place until we arrived.
I see. And how was your drive?
It's a long haul.
Well, yes, it is a long haul. But then again, it is quite a large house. This way, please.
Say, what is this godforsaken place anyway?
Oh, this old place? Why, this is Body Manor. Cook, dinner,
Director.
appetizers in the lounge. After you. Right this way.
Excellent. I'm starving.
Funny, I haven't much of an appetite at all.
My, this really is a party.
Welcome all. It's a pleasure for you to see me. Cocktail hour.
There are so many of you. I didn't realize...
Right. Good then. You're all here. Colonel Mustard, present. Mrs. White.
Yes.
Mrs. Peacock.
How do you do?
Miss Scarlett. Mr. Green.
That's me.
and Professor Plum.
Right.
Good evening, all. I am Wadsworth the Butler. As you may have already surmised, nobody is being referred to by their real name, a courtesy your host has provided to ensure your privacy. I suggest you all follow his lead and refrain from revealing too much about yourselves this evening. After all, you will never know when it's going to... dinner.
I'm sorry.
Dinner? That was more like a cocktail minute.
Wadsworth, you were saying you never know when. What?
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 This way, please. Ladies and gentlemen, we really ought to keep her waiting. Cook can get cranky. If you'll just follow me, the dining room is right this way. Now, as we come through Body Manor, we'll enter a wonderful room, a particular favorite of mine, the Portrait Gallery, currently housing an oil painting professionally crafted of every body member of this month. Yes. Here we have Sir Benedict Body, a connoisseur of eggs. This way, ladies and gentlemen. Now in here we have a lovely collection of taxidermy. They've been known to twitch, so be careful.
Now these look lifelike.
Very well preserved. To the west. This way, ladies and gentlemen. Now we have a large collection of children. Nobody knows where they came from. They're just here. And finally, the failed theatre troupe of 1943. They haven't found another place there. The dining room is right this way, ladies and gentlemen. Now you will find your names beside your places. Please be seated. Mr. Green, you are just in the middle now.
This place at the head of the table, is that for you?
No, indeed, no, sir, I don't sit. I am merely a humble butler.
What exactly do you do?
I butler, sir.
Dinner is served.
All right then. What's all this about, Butler? This dinner party?
Ours not to reason why, ours but to do and die.
Die?
I'm merely quoting from Sir Alfred Lord Tennyson.
I prefer Kipling myself. Do you like Kipling, Colonel?
Oh, sure, I'll eat anything. So who is our host? Is this where he sits?
All in good time, sir.
Oh, what's that smell? It's something familiar.
Shark fin soup.
Oh, my favorite.
I know.
Bon appetit.
Oh, this is delicious. Yum, yum, yummy, yum, yum. Well, I'll be the one to break the ice. I mean, I'll get them all rolling after all. I'm used to being a hostess. It's an integral part of my life as the one that... Oh, I forgot we're not supposed to say who we really are, but, oh well, I have no idea what we're doing here, but I am very intrigued, and, oh my, this soup is delicious, isn't it?
I know who you are.
You do?
I work in Washington.
Well,
Washington. You must be a politician's wife then, Mrs. Peacock.
well, yes, I am.
Oh, who's your husband? Maybe I know him.
Well, he's... Mrs. White, you've been awfully quiet. What does your husband do?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Well, he just lies around on his back all day.
How lazy.
Not necessarily.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm afraid of a
minute of silence, Mrs. Peacock.
Yes! No! Why?
In my professional opinion, you seem to suffer from what we call pressure speech.
Is that an official diagnosis?
Are you a doctor, Professor?
Yes, a psychological medicine.
Do you practice?
Not anymore. Now I work for the government.
Ah, another politician.
Not exactly. I work for you-know-who.
Who?
A branch of the United Nations organization, the World Health Organization.
Ah, you know who. It's an acronym.
I have a sister who was a gymnast.
You are a real colonel, aren't you?
I am so.
Aren't you going to mention the coincidence that you also live in Washington, D.C., Colonel?
How did you know that?
Oh, I've seen you before.
So, Miss Scarlett, does this mean that you live in Washington too?
Sure do.
Does anyone here not live in Washington?
So this is about the Red Scare then, isn't
Oh,
it?
no, I'm not a communist! I'm a Republican.
We've had about enough of this, Wadsworth. Where is our host, and why have we been brought here?
Speak of the devil. Pardon me, sir.
Hey, I have an idea.
Oh, was thinking, Miss Scarlett.
What are we doing?
The acoustic coupling between the door and the glass allows sound to travel from one end to the other.
Yes, alive, sir. Yes, everything's going according to plan. Of course, we'll meet you in the study, sir.
Nothing more.
My glass got empty somehow.
Oh, for God's sake, who is at the door? I demand to know what's going on.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I interest any of you in fruit or dessert?
No!
In that case, may I suggest that we adjourn to the study, where your newly arrived host will reveal his intentions with you all, your letters will all be explained, and the game will be afoot.
Coffee, Gandhi?
Thank you, Yvette. That will be all.
Well, where's our host?
He's not here. Nobody's here. What is happening?
Cigarette. It'll calm your nerves.
I don't smoke.
For Wadsworth. Open after dinner. It's for you.
Thank you, my good sir. Right then, are you comfortable?
I make a good living.
Oh my. Oh dear.
Well, out with it, Wadsworth.
Ladies and gentlemen, these instructions are clear.
At least something is.
It seems the 6 of you have all received the same letter. It will be to your advantage to be present on this date because a Mr. Bobby will bring to an end a certain long-standing, confidential, and painful financial liability.
Yes, well, I read English.
As it turns out, you all have something in common.
That's the McCarthy. We're all being blacklisted, aren't we?
You're close, Colonel. You're all being blackmailed. For some considerable amount of time, you've all been paying more than you can afford to someone who threatens to expose you.
Oh, please, what's someone going to blackmail me for? I go to church every Sunday.
Yeah, lady, don't we all?
Does anyone else wish to deny it? No? Moving on. Until you have received your letters, you hadn't known who it was that was blackmailing you, but now I'm sure that even the least discerning amongst you have determined that the man behind your ransom is none other than Mr. Bobby himself.
And who are you? Anything like
Who is this body fellow, you British butler?
Who Mr. Bobby is of no concern of yours, madam, but suffice it to say, he is a supporter of the House Un-American Activities Committee, and he feels your activities are decidedly un-American. My task this evening is to reveal your secrets to each other, rendering you unculpable in each other's indiscretions.
But we hardly know each other.
Precisely.
Don't you think that you might spare us this humiliation?
I am sorry, but I have no choice. We'll start with you, Professor Plum.
Ooh, this ought to be good.
It says here that you were once a professor of psychiatry specializing in pathological lying lunatics suffering from delusions of grandeur.
Yes, but now I work for the U.S. government.
So your work has not changed. But it also says that you cannot practice medicine anymore, can you? Your license has been lifted, correct?
Why? What did he do?
You know what male doctors aren't supposed to do with their lady patients?
Yeah.
Yes, well, he did.
Oh, awful. You know, someday there will be a reckoning for men like you.
I hope so.
Me too.
You're disgusting.
Are you casting moral judgments, Mrs. Peacock?
Well,
How then do you justify accepting bribes in return for delivering Senator Peacock's votes to certain lobbyists?
My husband is a paid consultant. There's nothing sinful about that.
Not if it's publicly declared. But if you slip cash underneath the stall door at old Levitt's Grill, how would you describe that transaction?
I'd say it stinks.
When were you in that men's room?
So you did do it?
No, it's a vicious lie.
And yet you've been paying blackmail for over a year now to keep that story out of the papers. It seems a little sticky, you know?
Now see here.
Well, I'm willing to believe you. I, too, am being blackmailed for something I didn't do.
So am I.
I'm not.
You're not being blackmailed.
Oh, I'm being blackmailed, all right, but I did what I'm being blackmailed for.
What did you do?
I run my own business.
That's not a crime.
You didn't ask what kind of business I run.
All right, then what kind of business do you run?
I provide gentlemen with a company of young lady.
An escort service in Washington?
How scurrilous.
I suppose some people might be a little lonely.
Imagine having to pay for the company of a woman. That is a problem I will never have.
Is that how you knew that Colonel Mustard works in Washington? Is he one of your clients?
Certainly
I
not.
was asking Miss Scarlett.
You tell him it's not true.
It's not true.
Is that true?
No, it's not true.
Aha! So it is true.
A double negative.
Double negative? You mean you have photographs?
That sounds like a confession to me. In fact, the double negative has led to proof positive. I'm afraid you gave yourself away.
Are you trying to make me look stupid in front of the other guests?
You need no help from me, sir. Colonel, it seems that you hold a sensitive security post in the Pentagon. Those negatives would surely compromise that position.
Exactly what compromising positions were you caught in, Colonel?
This is an outrage!
Let's see, who's next? Who is next? Well. My friend, Mr. Green. Would you use your 4 eyes to please read the name underneath? Please?
Mrs.
White! You've been paying our friend the blackmailer ever since your husband died under, shall we say, mysterious circumstances.
Say what you want, I didn't kill him.
Then why did you pay the blackmailer?
Well, I don't want another scandal, do I?
Another?
We'd had a very humiliating confrontation. He had threatened to kill me in public.
Why would he want to kill you in public?
I believe that she had meant that he had threatened in public to kill her.
It was all over the papers.
And yet he was the one who died. Not you, Mrs. White. Not you.
Yes, he was found dead at home, unclothed. His head had been cut off, and so had his, you know. But I didn't do it. I've been out all evening at the movies.
What was showing?
The Naked Alibi.
Like the story.
But he was your second husband. Your first also disappeared.
Well, that was his job. He was an illusionist.
But he never reappeared.
He wasn't a very good illusionist.
Which brings us to Mr. Green, who is
I don't need you to unmask me, Wadsworth. I know what you're going to say about me.
And what's that, son?
Mr. Green, who is a homosexual.
Not me.
I beg your pardon?
You asked who is a homosexual, and I said, not me.
Yes. Thank you, Colonel. There's more to it than that, Mr. Green.
How do you mean?
There's evidence to support the question of your politics.
My politics? Since when is being a member of the Republican Party a crime?
You swore an oath of allegiance to the Republican Party, and yet failed to vote for Eisenhower in the last election. That's grounds for an ousting if I've ever heard one.
But voting records are confidential.
Everything has a price, Mr. Green.
So, there you have it.
Have what?
A crooked senator's wife, a lascivious doctor, a disloyal Republican, so on and so forth. Not exactly adhering to all American standards of behavior, now are
I don't understand what's un-American.
I mean, if this body fellow is such an upstanding citizen, then why didn't he just turn us into the authorities himself?
and miss the opportunity to make a quick buck. Come now, Professor, what could be more American than that? Apple pie!
So we're being blackmailed by a renegade McCarthyist. Where does that leave us?
Where is this Mr. Bonnie?
And what does he want from us?
Who cares? I'm not waiting to find out. I've done nothing wrong. I'm leaving.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Peacock. You can stay in denial all you like, but you cannot leave this house.
I am the wife of a great senator. You can't tell me what to do. Locked!
Indeed. All of the doors are locked, the windows are barred, and the grounds are patrolled by vicious dogs. There is no way out. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you your host for this evening and your blackmailer for life, Mr. Bonnie!
How do you do?
You are such a typical man. Better off dead.
Oh, Mrs. White in the study with her knee.
I've studied martial arts.
There is one more piece of information you may like to have.
What?
The police are coming in less than an hour.
Please.
Unless
Unless what?
you all agree to double down.
Why would we want to do that?
Because if you don't, I'll take this briefcase containing all the evidence necessary to expose your wrongdoing and put it in the hands of the police, the press, and the House Un-American Committee. With the right spin, those folks can make a commie out of anyone. Unless what? But it is something you can do for me. Something I just can't bear to do myself.
What?
Please, have a seat.
All the seats are taken. This is all right. I'm sorry. I'm a little accident prone.
What's this all about, sir?
In this bag, there are 6 packages I think guests might find useful this evening.
Packages, sir?
Presents, if you will. I'm a generous sort of fellow.
Aye.
Wadsworth, would you please see to it that each of our guests receives a gift?
Gladly, sir.
Anyone want to take a guess at what's in your packages?
Perfume.
Candy?
A rare single malt Scotch whiskey?
I'm guessing game is fun. Please, open.
Candlestick? What's this for?
A wrench?
Lead pipe.
A dagger?
A revolver.
It's a snake!
Oh no, it's a rope.
In each of your hands, you each hold a lethal weapon. You all came here because you thought the evidence against you was so terrible that you would do anything to keep it secret. I'm putting that theory to test.
You are, sir?
Mr. Wadsworth is the only other person who knows your secrets, and it is costing us dearly to keep him quiet.
What do you mean?
Well, I wouldn't have to increase your blackmail payments if I didn't have to pay Wadsworth for his silence.
Wadsworth?
That's a
He
lie.
may look charming and suave,
Then
but he is conniving and manipulative.
that is false.
Why do you think he's called the police? You called the police.
Only because he instructed me to do so.
Did I? Ladies and gentlemen, if I didn't have to pay Wadsworth, I would have no need to increase your payments or expose you to the police. If one of you can get rid of him,
Get rid of?
Does he mean kill him?
if one of you will eliminate Wadsworth,
I think that's exactly what he
who
means.
not only knows all of your secrets, but also mine, I can eliminate your blackmail once and for all, and we can be done with this terrible business forever.
You would never.
But why make us do it? Yes. Why don't you do the dirty work yourself?
Why should I, when all of you are so uniquely motivated and armed?
What a patriot.
After all I've done for you. He's a liar. I'm one of you. I'm not a butler. I'm an indentured servant.
A familiar refrain. Don't make a scene, Wadsworth. It's over. The police are on their way. Now's your chance. The only way to end your blackmail and not find yourselves on the paper is for one of you to kill Wadsworth now.
I'm too ready to die. Please. Oh my God.
It's Mr. Bog!
Oh, thank God.
Is he breathing?
Stand back. I'm a doctor.
He's dead.
Well, who had the gun?
I did.
So you shot him!
I didn't.
So you didn't? Who did?
Somebody grabbed it from my hands, and then the next thing I knew, I heard a shot.
But look, there's no gunshot wound.
Well, he's right, there isn't.
Look, the bullet lodged here.
Evil eye, Miss Scarlet.
But if the bullets of them have any and we're here!
Somebody else must have killed him.
One of us must have killed him.
Well, don't look at me! I didn't do it!
I was seriously considering it.
I need a drink.
Perhaps Mr. Body was poisoned by the brandy.
Poison.
Somebody had to stop her screaming.
Well, was it the brandy?
How should I know?
Looks like we'll never know now.
Unless she dies too.
The screams, they're coming from the billiard room.
I was listening. I have a tape recorder in the video room connected to the study. Once your body asked me to record your conversations.
Why would he do that?
For more evidence, of course. Wadsworth revealed your secrets in the study. Now they are all recorded.
What a snake! I have to destroy them. Where are those tapes?
Who cares about the tapes? What about the body?
What body?
Body's body!
What are you there? Why were you screaming in there all alone?
Because I was frightened. I also drank some cognac. Maybe I am poisoned too. Toss one of you the killer once your body is dead!
We have to figure out which one of them did it.
What do you mean? Which one of them?
Well, I didn't do it.
Well, one of you did. I would have killed him myself.
Don't
But
look
I
at
didn't
me.
have access to a weapon.
Don't look at me. All I had was a candlestick.
Maybe it wasn't one of us. Who else could it have been?
Who else is in the house?
Only the cook.
The cook! As far as I can tell, the cook's not here.
Oh my, what a lovely kitchen. My husband and I had one very similar to this in our first brownstone. It has such a homey feel, doesn't it? With a dagger in her back.
I didn't do it!
Killed her. Well, this makes two.
To what?
Murders.
I hate murders.
I think it's time you explained yourself, Wadsworth. Me? Well, who else would want to kill the cook?
Dinner wasn't that bad.
How can you make jokes at a time like this?
It's my defense mechanism.
Some defense. If I were to kill her, I'd kill you next. I said if. There's only one admitted killer in here, and it's not me. It's Mrs. White.
I've admitted nothing.
You paid the blackmail. How many husbands have you had?
Mine or other women's?
Yours.
5.
5?
Yes, just the 5. Husbands should be like Kleenex, soft, strong, and disposable.
Well, if it wasn't you, then who was it? Who had the dagger?
Mrs. Peacock.
You, but I put it down.
Where?
In the study. Any one of us could have picked it up. But, well then, it must have been Mr. Green.
Oh! Can somebody help me, please?
Good Lord, let him up. One of them. You and you. Get him, please.
You really ought to learn how to speak up for yourself, Mr. Green. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Ah, please, Italian silk. Ladies and gentlemen, may I suggest that we move the cook's body into the study?
Why?
Well, for starters, if the police arrive and they find this, then we'll all be apprehended under suspicion for murder.
Murder?
And secondly, I'm the butler. I like to keep the kitchen tidy. If we could get most of it to the study, I'd be grateful. That is blood along my hallway. If we could keep it clean, I'm going to get a mop. This is disgusting. Ugh.
Her body! It's gone!
Oh my goodness. Oh, that is a long haul. What's staring at?
Nobody.
What do you mean?
Nobody! Nobody! Mr. Body's body is gone!
Maybe he wasn't really dead.
He was.
Well, we should have made sure.
I thought I did.
So was he dead or wasn't he?
Maybe he was dead, but somebody moved him.
Who would move him?
And why?
How should I know?
Oh my. Oh, all this excitement. Oh, if you'll excuse me, I have to. Is there a little girl's room?
Oui, madame.
No, I just need to powder my nose.
There's a toilet outside the building.
Now, I don't mean to alarm anybody, but we do currently have the teensy-tiny issue of 2 dead bodies, 1 missing and 1 present, and the imminent arrival of the police.
The bridge is washed out. That should buy us some time. But I don't want extra time. I want the police to arrive.
But once the police arrive, the rest of us are doomed.
Wadsworth, am I correct in thinking that there is nobody else in this house?
No, sir.
And there is someone else in the house?
No, I'm so sorry. I meant no meaning yes.
No meaning yes.
Yes, sir.
Look, I want a straight answer.
Well, don't look at me. I said don't.
Wadsworth, is there anyone else in the house, yes or no?
No, sir.
No, there is, or no, there isn't?
Yes.
There seems to be some confusion on whether or not we are the only people in the house.
There isn't.
There isn't any confusion, or there aren't any people.
Either or both.
Look, give me a clear answer.
Right, sir. What was the question again?
Is there anyone else in the house?
No!
That's what he says, but does he know?
Look, we've got a murderer on the loose, a missing body of Mr. Body, a cook with a dagger in her back, and all of these easily accessible murder weapons. The rope, the revolver, the candlestick, the wrench, and... Wait, where's the lead pipe?
Stand back. He's dead.
That's what you said the last time.
I believe in second chances.
Mr. Body dead again?
Oh, I'm in a faint.
Never fear, Mrs. Peacock. You can fall into my arms.
Oh.
So sorry.
Mrs. Peacock,
Yeah.
where did this happen?
In the bathroom. I went in, and there he was. At first I thought he was attacking me, but then I realized he was just dead, propped up against the door frame, just waiting to blow on someone.
Who would do such a thing?
Takes a lot of guts to kill someone twice.
That's what we call overkill.
But why?
What does it matter?
It
Matters
matters.
to him.
And it matters to us. We've got to figure out who killed him, where and with what.
Pretty sure it was the lead pipe.
10 points, Professor.
What kind of game are you playing, Wadsworth?
This isn't a game! Oh, oversized fool.
You! You! The lead pipe belonged to you!
I dropped it on my way to the kitchen.
Oh! Who drops a murder weapon?
I didn't know it was a murder weapon when I dropped it.
So any one of us could have picked it up.
Yes, you're right. Any one of us. But who did? Who did pick up the lead pipe and brutally murdered Mr. Body, leaving him dead and bloodied in the loft? Who did it? Who? Who? It was you!
Call it, Butler! While you're over there losing your marbles, I'm over here trying to do something useful. Have you all forgotten about the evidence against us?
The evidence!
Body's briefcase! It's locked!
Well, there must be a key.
Oh, yes. Mr. Green, would you be so kind as to reach into Mr. Body's pockets for the key to the briefcase containing the evidence against us, so that we may destroy said evidence once and for all?
Why me?
Why not?
Well, all right.
Where'd you get that?
I don't like germs.
Or fingerprints.
No, it's really mostly just germs. My hands are a little sweaty. That's good enough. It's so warm.
It's not rocket
Okay, I got it.
Give it here.
Body's briefcase! It's empty!
Empty?
Where's all the evidence?
I told you Body was a liar. Had the evidence in his briefcase, my fault.
We have to find that evidence.
And destroy it.
Evidence against us aside, first things first. We are in a room with 2 dead bodies.
And the cops on their way.
Let's move the corpses so they look less dead.
Help him on some.
Well, all right. Do be careful. Oh, please, no. Oh, don't get guts on the ground. I put the mop away.
Cadavers are heavier than they seem, aren't they?
I wouldn't know.
Right. Neither would I. Here, prop her up.
Aren't you all strong and virile?
Good. They just look asleep.
Forget about all the bodies. We've got to do something about all these murder weapons and the homicidal maniac on the loose.
Yes, I'm afraid you're right. I have an idea. If you'll excuse me, sir. Pardon me again, sir. Now, we'll put the weapons that aren't currently inside of cadavers in the body. In the bag. Body bag.
Look at all that, dude.
Well, of course, once I have all of said weapons, thank you very much. Thank you, madam. Wow, that is a large candlestick. Once we have them all in the bag, sir, then we will zip up said bag. Oh, Mr. Peacock. Thank you.
What good will that do?
Well, as I told Mr. Green, once we have the weapons in the bag, we'll zip up said bag.
Most murderers know how zippers work, Mr. Wadsworth.
I am aware, but then we'll put the bag in the safe.
Terrific. Where is the safe?
To the hall!
I don't see a safe.
Was that an original trouble, Mr. Wadsworth?
Oh my. Those are quite valuable.
Now is not the time for art appreciation. But
A hidden safe behind a portrait. How original.
Yes, well, there. It's locked.
Voila.
What are you going to do with the key to the safe, Wadsworth?
Oh yes, the key.
Well, then I'll put it in my pocket.
But what if you're the murderer?
I'm not.
But what if you are?
Right then, we'll throw the key outside.
Oui, à l'extérieur.
But it's raining à l'extérieur.
Madam, I'm not suggesting that we go outside. I'm merely suggesting that we stay inside, but throw the key away.
But you would have to open the door, wouldn't you?
I would.
But that would risk letting the killer inside. Because the killer could be outside.
Better out than in.
Yes, but wouldn't we rather keep him outside? I mean, if we open the door, he could get inside.
But if we open the door, we could encourage the killer to go out.
The killer seems to be doing a fine job of opening and closing the doors all by himself. I don't see how us opening the door for one tiny second will make any sort of difference.
But if we open the door and throw away the key, and the killer catches the key, and the killer will have the key we're trying to confiscate.
We may be overthinking this just a tad. I'm going to throw the key away. Follow me. Ready?
Was that the killer?
She didn't look like a killer.
It takes one to know one.
Leave her to me. Interrogation is my speciality. Good evening.
Hi, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disturb the whole household, but my car broke down out there and I was wondering if I could use your phone.
Are you a killer?
What? No!
All right, this way, please.
Well, where is it?
What, the body?
The phone! What body?
What? There's no body. There's nobody. There's nobody.
Right, there's nobody in the study.
I'm afraid that phone's been disconnected, but I'm sure that there's one intelligence in the lounge. Right, here we are.
Thank you. Well, I was just wondering if maybe I could...
Yes, okay. We haven't got much time. Our task is twofold. One, find the evidence. Two, find the murderer.
We have one potential suspect sequestered in this lounge, but I mean, that leaves the rest of this place up for grabs. Who knows what's behind all these doors?
I suggest we handle this in proper military fashion. We'll split up and search the house.
Split up?
Yes, we'll split into pairs. That way none of us will be alone.
Yes, but that means whoever is paired up with the killer might get killed.
Won't you?
Yes.
But the other half of the pair will be dead.
This is war, Peacock. Casualties are expected. You cannot make an omelet without breaking eggs. Every cook will tell you that.
But look what happened to the cook!
Girl, are you willing to take that chance?
What choice do we have?
None.
Well, I suppose you're right.
All right, troops, divide and conquer. I'll split us up. Eeny, meeny, miny, no.
Mrs. White, you come with me. Yvette, you go with Mr. Green. Professor Plum, you're with Mrs. Peacock. And Miss Scarlet, you're with Edie me.
But what if someone doesn't come back?
Then we'll remember you fondly. Now, remember, leave no door unopened and cherish your partner. This may well be the very last person you ever see.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now have a 15